a lot of my friends started to go to sit with ayahuasca, and I wasn't really sure about it. So I noticed big changes in them. These artists, friends of mine, these creative types who were always kind of like struggling to make ends meet, and they just seemed so full of life and joy. And while my life was perfect on paper, I had an excellent job working in digital media, had an amazing partner, a no walls shared bungalow in pre Silicon Beach, Venice Beach, which was, really, really rare at that point. And I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I should be the one who's really happy. I got it all together, but I'm miserable. The passion had left my life, both from my work, from my partner, and I was becoming just really angry and tired. And so I bit, after observing my friends for years doing ayahuasca and also going to Landmark and MITT and other large group awareness trainings, I'm like, what do I have to lose? So I have my first sit with ayahuasca. I also go to the basic MITT training, which is like Landmark, but a little more somatic. And through the two of those experiences, I started to understand the vocabulary of what a shadow is, what our triggers are, what our stories are behind that. And while my ayahuasca journey wasn't particularly visionary and, impactful in that way, there was a sense of clarity that came to me the morning after the second ceremony, where I felt like the space and a clarity I'd never felt before. And like, I knew that the ship of my life had like shifted. Where I was going was changing. And so what I realized is that I was doing harm to people around me, the people I loved most from places I did not know. And so from that day forward, I'm like, this is it. This is the work. This ends with me. Whatever curses I'm carrying from my culture, from my lineage, from my family, I can't be this person. So that's when things started to shift. I started to do more work with ayahuasca, which was really shadowy and really challenging. And I took that on in an almost masochistic way. I'm like, I hurt people. So it's time for me to hurt, right? And to be in all the pain that I've been doling out to others unconsciously. And, that eventually evolved into me meeting my teacher who came to me with San Pedro in an integrative day of medicine after 2 nights of ayahuasca at a New Year's ceremony in this beautiful temple in Santa Barbara, where I did all my initiatory work. And then with the San Pedro, I realized, whoa, this healing can be profoundly joyous and embodying. And so I started to reconcile that the healing can also feel good. And I can feel good in my body, feel this divine meanness as opposed to this cosmic aspect of myself that I was experiencing through ayahuasca. So that's when things really started to shift for me. To bring it back down to the question, it was realizing that there were things happening within me that I was carrying and hurting those around me, perpetrating those with unknowing. And that gets to stop. It's one thing I tell all my clients who first start this work is they notice more than anything this expanded awareness of themselves, of their parts, so to speak. I do a lot of internal family systems work. And you don't come back from that place. When you feel more, when you know more through that somatic felt experience in those ceremonies, you can't help but notice those patterns. And so with this expanded awareness, there is more space between the stimulus that would trigger you and the response, thereby literally making you more responsible. Should you choose to engage in that space and make a choice from a place of discernment how to respond rather than reacting.